Record. Well, welcome to Schenectady Today in and around the Capital Region. We're so happy you're joining us today. We've got a great lineup with lots of interesting things going on right now. We've got our great lineup. We're going to be talking with Sharon Burstein. She's with the Leadership Summit America, which is in Albany. We're going to be talking with Tina Kuhn. She is an entrepreneur who's making Tina's winging it. Sauces. And then Lisa Perazzo's here, and she'll be talking about the Green Market and their harvest dinner. Mark Weintraub will be here and talking about the Jewish Community Center, their swim program. We'll be talking about Haunted Albany, and we're going to hear a story, I think, from our resident storyteller. And then Frank DePalma is here from DePalma's Printing, and we'll be talking to him about his business as well. But we're going to start right out. Oh, and our breaks today are all set with that, and we're going to be taking a ride on the railroad up in North Creek. That was in an October trip that I made, and really some great footage and great historic information on that as well. But right now we're going to be starting out with Sharon Burstein. She is the CEO, and she is involved with the Leadership Summit America in Albany. We're going to be finding out about what's going on and how you can get involved with that. She just returned from Vietnam, of all places, so tell us about that.
Well, thank you, Ann, first of all, for having me on your show.
Absolutely.
It's always a pleasure to be here. I love Schenectady Today.
Thank you.
Vietnam was amazing. I had the opportunity, they invited me over to be the opening keynote speaker for Talent Management Vietnam, which was an incredible experience because it brought people literally from all over Asia.
They do the Asia, where they all come in, yeah.
It was, Bangladesh even,
yeah.
And they had people from Australia, Singapore, Taiwan, Japan. It was, of course, Vietnam. The people were so warm and hospitable.
Isn't that really, I mean, considering that we were at one time at war, I mean, how many years have we lost by not getting along with people?
That's true. That can be said in many places. So times of peace are much nicer.
Much nicer, yes.
I was amazed how westernized everything is in English.
Really?
Absolutely everything. Everybody speaks English.
That's much different than China, because that is not the truth in China.
At least in Ho Chi Minh City, which is formerly, formerly known as Saigon.
Right.
But I can't wait to go back, because I would love to.
And you were invited back again.
I've been invited back and exploring a couple of other opportunities that people have asked for as well. So I can't wait.
So she's an international speaker. So you've got to go to this wonderful Leadership Summit America. And what are they going to learn there?
Well, Leadership Summit America really brings together global speakers who are known worldwide and are leaders in their industry. And I created Leadership Summit America, now in its second year, and it's back here in Albany at the Desmond, November 2nd and 3rd.
That's a Thursday and a Friday.
That's a Thursday and a Friday, yes. To inspire people of all ages to build leadership, because one of my favorite questions is, who's ever worked for an ineffective leader or known someone who has?
You'll know.
And every hand
goes up.
Yeah. Conversely, when I ask a question, who here was given great leadership skills growing up as a child? I usually get about this many, or maybe, I was speaking the other day even more regionally, 2. And so really we need to do a much better job, because when there's leadership and leadership image. So leadership is what you do, leadership image is who you are. But we have people like Jeff Hoffman, the co-founder of Priceline, who is an amazing human being. He was under Obama's administration, also the advisor to the White House on entrepreneurship. Travels globally.
I mean, to get these people, I don't even know how you approach them.
Well, it is. We have Frank Shankwitz, who created Make-A-Wish Foundation, was Forbes' top 10 speakers of the year last year. And Forbes Riley, who's iconic on television, has sold $2 billion on TV. She's all about the pitch, not the sale. We have Lynette Louise, who is a brain expert coming back. She's brain and body expert, and really, we talk about the left and right sides of the brain with leadership, and Marilyn Suey, who is about leading with your wealth
Gotta use
and work.
both sides, actually.
Exactly. And then I speak, which is what I do globally, on leadership, confidence, success,
And you've
and
written
teamwork.
books. You've written.
I've written 3 books.
You've written 3 books, and she does life snacks, and these are available at probably bookstores and also on Amazon.
And so if you can't get them in your local bookstore, you can get them on Amazon or barnesandnoble.com as well. And they are
and they're well written. They're written so that you can just pick it up and pick up a few thoughts and then go on with your day or whatever.
Exactly. They are written to inspire, but also to change lives and create a better future for you. So who comes to Leadership Summit America is people of all ages, Ann, and that's one of the things we love. They're from 18 last year to 82. Last year's group came from 12 states and 25 industries, and this year we have the same.
And you have people that sign up again, which tells you that this is an effective vehicle.
Yeah. Over 30% of the people who are registered this year are coming back. You know, one of the things that I really love is somebody's bringing their son. And I had a call the other day from a gentleman who said, my wife and I and our son in college would like to come.
How nice.
And they're all signed up. And I thought, how amazing is that to share multi-generations, all 3 of you coming together, and the same with Jane now bringing her son. And we have had spouses who as well come together. And another element, I don't know if you even know about this, but we have what's called a Leader Scholars Program. And what we do is we have some monies through sponsors that we have for leadership scholarships that we offer to people who are in college and people who are more in the not-for-profits and people in need, so that they too are able to attend Leadership Summit at no cost.
Oh, that's so you have a scholarship, so that this allows people that might not have the funds to do this.
Exactly. We have several people like from Special Olympics who will be coming. We have several people from Siena College. We have people from Green Tech High School that we extend this. We still have a few scholarships that we're still in the process of finding.
So people can still sign up to, you still have some openings for this?
We still have some openings. I think we have 1 spot at VIP, which we only limit to 30 people, and that is a cocktail reception and dinner with the speakers.
And with the speakers, so you get to meet all these people mano a mano.
And not only that, but with 30 people and 6 speakers, every speaker hosts a table. So you get one-on-one, and so you get to know that speaker up close and really, really personal.
Oh, that's such a great idea. I mean, this is your second one.
Yeah, it is, and we limit it to 100 people. We don't allow, I don't personally want a lot more people. People say all the time, why don't we have it like at Proctor's or the Palace? And I love Proctor's, but bottom line is when you have speakers that are that far removed, you don't have that connection. And the other thing we really like to do is we like to then connect the attendees to one another. You know, one of the things that
it's more intimate than you would see at most places.
Absolutely. Last year on that Friday, it took us 2 hours to clear the room because people were that connected.
They wanted to talk.
They were so connected to each other, and that's a big goal, not just to the speakers, but with one another. And many of them, and myself included, have stayed connected to a lot of these people, and that keeps to growing. And that's what you're always doing is communication and connection and building your skills.
So you get new people every, I mean, like last year, these are different speakers. Is that correct?
Jeff Hoffman is back by popular demand,
okay,
as is Lynette Louise. Frank Shankwitz from Make-A-Wish is new. Forbes Riley is new. And also Marilyn Suey is new. And they're coming in from all over the country. They live globally.
Are you going to take this on the road?
Well, we have been invited by Bermuda. In fact, I'll be in Bermuda just after this, the 16th and 17th. We have been looking at properties and looking at Florida and California and Texas. So we are, but I really wanted, I'm based out of the Albany area.
I know you are. It's like, I'm so glad you're here.
You know, and I've had businesses of my own for 28 years. And
I know. And I've known her for almost that long.
Yeah. I know, but one of the things is we don't get this caliber of speaker here. And I know I was with Brian Tracy on the West Coast last month, and he said, Sharon, instead of $297, it should have another zero at the end. And it's like, no, Brian.
You want to get people there.
I want people, whether you're at the beginning of your leadership path or you're more in the executive C-suite, that it's affordable to all, and even if you can't, that we have Leaders Scholars, because I want Leadership Summit America to be available for everybody in every walk of life, no matter where you are in your path in leadership.
So you've heard it here, and Sharon Burstein is an international speaker, and we're very fortunate to have her on our set today. And please, please, if you want to, go to her website, SharonBurstein.com, find out, sign up for this wonderful Leadership Summit. It's over at the Desmond. It's on the 2nd and 3rd of November, and take advantage of something that you would probably only find in Boston, New York City, or Los Angeles, right? Mm-hmm. So thank you. Thank you, Sharon.
Yeah. Always a pleasure.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to find out about an entrepreneur who probably might like to sit in on your event here. Tina Kuhn, she's the does Tina's Winging It, and she's got some sauces, and we're going to get to try them. Stay tuned.
He'll do that later. Okay. Can't do it now.
Oh, we would have a trip. You'd have
a panic.
Tramp, all aboard!
Another nice smooth start. If you want to pass and check out the rest of the train, you're more than welcome to once we're on the main line in 2 minutes. And we've got 4 cars open today, 1, 2, maybe 3, plus 2 open air cars. You can avail yourself of the views from the open air cars. Some great camera shots, especially at Cunningham's Curve, which is about 12 minutes from now. As we go through there, and on the way back we'll slow down so you can actually get some great photos there. We'll spend a minute or 2 there. So those are the only safety items I have on the train. Any small children or any small adults, if you're going to pass between the cars, I do record.
Okay, Tina's Winging It, right?
Right.
You're winging it.
That's right.
And she's an entrepreneur. Where did you get your sauce?
I developed it in 1999.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to do this because her microphone is going to get shh with her hair. So you developed it in
1999, yes. I owned a few pizzerias, and I came up with the recipe, and
this is it?
This is it.
But you didn't use this on the pizza?
We made a buffalo wing pizza, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you have only 2 sauces?
Right now I have 2. I have the original and I have the hot. I eventually will come out with a rub and a garlic butter. Those are my next 2 things on the list.
And so how do you develop them? You just kind of get the family in, you get your brother in, and you say, hey, you want to try this and see how it tastes?
No, not really. I just kind of mixed some stuff up, came up with some different seasonings, a little bit of different than your typical ingredients, and it's got to go through my taste test first.
So. Your taste test. So what have you got here so that we can we're going to have the audience try some of this
so today
as well.
I just brought a dip, which actually could be a dip or a spread. It's just the sauce and cream cheese, some pretzels.
So don't tell me what you did. You got, right here, you've got...
Yeah. All I did with this, and there's really...
She's got a sauce.
Yep.
And it's got...
cream cheese.
Cream cheese.
It's just cream cheese and the sauce, that's it.
And you just mix them together.
Beat it with a beater, and the ratio is all according to their liking. I don't really have any,
so you
measurement.
can add more or less.
Yep, more or less.
Okay.
And then it will go great with vegetables. It's great as a spread on celery or on a bagel or just as a dip.
Okay, so hand me that bowl of pretzels here, because I'm going to try one. Try it. Okay, this is Tina's. Now, which one is this?
That is made with the original, yes.
Okay. That's good.
Thank you.
And that would be great on vegetables.
Yeah, very good. When I go to parties, I bring this.
Oh, that's good.
And they push
got a little bit of kick to it.
They push the ranch dressing aside, and they put this up there, and then it's gone
this is
in no
really
time.
good.
Thank you.
And that's easy to make.
Yeah, it's simple. Two ingredients: the sauce, cream cheese, beat it up with a beater, done.
And you are available in 26 stores?
26 stores, yes. Yes.
Little stores?
Locally, yep.
Locally.
Mom and pops right now, yes.
Yeah. And I'm sure this, I mean, this is really good. And you were telling me you work with another company that prepares this for you as well.
Yes, Brooks is the bottling company.
Yeah, because
so they
you have
my
to have
recipe.
certain
yes.
requirements
Correct.
for that.
Yep, they have the recipe, and then I just call them and say, I need, a supply, 100 cases, and they make it, and I pick it
Now,
up.
would this be good, like, if you wanted chicken and you could just put it
Yes,
over chicken?
so I have a sheet, too, that usually in all my stores, they have the use sheets, and this just gives you, because it's so versatile and it goes on everything, this just gives you different ideas of what you can do with it. You can shake chicken wings in it, you can get boneless chicken, you can grill with it. I mean, to put it on after.
It's got a very nice flavor.
Yeah, we put it in deviled eggs. It's
Want more?
fantastic
No.
in deviled eggs, just a little
More.
bit. Yeah, no, it's addicting. It very
You
is.
must have something in there that says, eat me, eat me. No, but it's very good.
Thank you.
So how difficult was it to start out?
Actually,
Because you had the idea.
yeah, I
Then
sold-
you had to figure out, how am I going to market this and how am I going to get it produced?
Right. I sold my last pizzeria in 2004, but this was in the back of my mind that I would bottle it someday. That was my goal. And it actually took me quite a few years to get all the steps in order. And then just one day I clicked with the right person, and they said, oh, Brooks Bottles, why don't you give them a call? I went out there, I took a tour. It was seamless. They did everything. I didn't have to really do much, which made it so
So
easy.
you had the recipe for one bottle and then you had to
Well, I
make
had
it
the
large.
recipe for a big,
Oh, you
for
did
5
have the
gallons.
vats, okay.
Right. But we had to actually do it in small quantities so they could send it out for testing, and that
Yeah.
that decides how it's going to be manufactured. And so my first bottling run with them was July 12th of 2016.
Okay, can you name a few of the stores that it might be available at? I mean, I hate to ask you to
no,
do that.
I can, sure.
Because I mean, if
let
somebody
me just
wants
read
to
it off
buy
my
it,
list because
yeah,
it's so
if
much
someone
easier.
would like to try it,
So, Sirens in Duanesburg, Sal's Quality Meats, Capri Imports, Belchivo, both Gabriel stores,
Oh,
Stars.
okay. These are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Primals, Guilderland Clifton Park, Wilton, Niskuna Co-op, Liberty Fresh Market in Amsterdam.
So you're around.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the Phillips Hardware stores. I know that seems a little bit weird, but
No.
they like my sauce. Carmen Road Farms, he has it while he's open for the season. Avon Meatland, Lily Pads in Fort Plain, McCarroll's Marketplace in Delmar, Mail and More in Burnt Hills, both Roma Foods, and I Love Bacon on Route 20 in Gilderland.
Well, and it seems like a natural with any meat market too,
Yes,
because
yes.
this is really good.
Yep.
And I can even see that on beef. I mean, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great on a burger. Just a little bit on a burger.
Yeah.
On an egg sandwich, it's my favorite. I have it on
Oh,
my
and eggs.
scrambled eggs.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yep.
Yeah, I make a bruschetta that I throw into my
Oh yeah.
my
nice.
eggs and
Yeah.
stuff. And but it's similar,
Yep.
the same
Yep.
same idea. So I want to applaud you for being a woman and being an entrepreneur and going over all the obstacles, which I'm sure you had a few to go over.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and to
thank
get
you
your
so
funding,
much for having me
Yeah,
today,
and you're
too.
getting your funding. Did you go through an
I
SBA
didn't
loan?
No, I did this all on my own.
On your own.
Yes. Yep.
That's great.
Let me just say this. How I started with this business sense was my mom, when I was younger, said, oh, we have that garden out back. Why don't you sell vegetables? And so I peddled vegetables out of a red wagon when I was 8 years old. Batched them all up myself, my radishes, my cucumbers, my tomatoes, my string beans, and
What
I
a
sold
wonderful
vegetables.
mother you had.
Yep.
That is, I mean, it's the entrepreneurial spirit.
And that's what got me.
lives.
I just knew that one day, I'm an insurance agent by trade, but
What a change.
Yeah. Yeah, and I owned a few. I owned a couple pizzerias. I owned a tanning salon. I've done a lot of
you're
different
doing it all.
things.
Why not? Why not?
I won't stop, and I won't stop until this is across the country. That's my goal.
I think we'll probably get it there. So right now, anybody in the audience here, we're going to move the table over there, and you guys can try it. I think you're going to like the sauce because I like it a lot, and I love the cream cheese dip. What a great idea!
Yeah.
I would
And
never have thought of
You
that.
could even add, if you wanted, you could add some ranch dressing to that. You could add blue cheese. I do it
I would
plain
bring
because not everybody.
some chopped black olives.
Oh
would be
yeah,
good in
there's
there.
so much. There's
Yeah.
so many things you could do with it. And like
Yeah.
I said, I have people that make the pasta, the buffalo pasta. They make a lasagna. They use this. It's endless what we use
Yeah,
it
and it's
for.
got a great flavor. So,
Yeah.
well, the audience can try it next. But thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here. And
so
I want
much.
to thank you.
Oh, yes, for your t-shirt,
She
yes.
brought me a t-shirt, which says Tina's
Yes,
winging
I have
it.
T-shirts and sweatshirts available.
And there we are. How cool is that? So I'm going to wear that with pride. That'll be fun to wear. Thank you so much.
Oh my God,
Tina.
thank you.
Such
Thank
a
you so
pleasure
much.
to meet you. We're going to take a quick break, and I want the audience to try this, so we'll have to move the table over there. But we're going to, wait, did we get your mic off yet? No, we don't want you to walk off with a mic. And we're going to take a quick break and going up at that railroad again, and we're going to be talking about a local harvest dinner. What a segue that is, a local harvest dinner and winging it.
That you're accompanied by a larger person, just so we don't lose any fingers or anything on the way through. We've got a continue to run on this line until 1944. Passengers, freight, logs, some mining from the garnet mines. In 1944, mines until 1989, when the mine closed and all railroad operations ceased on this track. Let's see. Warren County purchased it in 1998.
And here we are back again, and I hope you're enjoying that ride up on the North Creek Railroad. It was really an interesting talk that one of the conductors gave us about the history with all of our presidents and things. But anyway, right now we're talking about the harvest dinner, the grain market.
Yes.
They're going to be coming inside, what, November here at Proctor's?
Yes, first weekend in November. Can you smell that dip on my breath, Ann?
No,
that
but
Tina's winging a dip?
if I could, I'd be
it
like
was
this.
delicious. It was so good. And I want to publicly apologize to you. I did not do my homework for Ann, so you do not have our most recent invitation.
No, I just took what I could find, and I even changed the
apologize to you.
date.
My other life has gotten me a little bit busy right now.
She's president of the city council, Schenectady City Council, and they're doing budget and everything else.
So that's my work, which I also love, but this is my passion right here.
Yeah.
So I'm now a development chair for the Green Market, which a lot of people don't realize that, yes, the Green Market brings, in revenue from their vendor fees and things of that nature, but we really do need community support also. We try to keep our fees for our farmers as reasonable as possible. So we like the community to come together to support the Green Market, not only through shopping, but through some of our fundraisers.
It's a community event.
It is. And, the true spirit of the Green Market was risen from the community, right? All volunteers run the Green Market. We have one paid employee, part-time. But the volunteers created the market for the first, I think, 4 or 5 years. Everybody schlepped the 5-gallon pails of cement and the tents and everything, So it's a true community spirit, and so we do ask the community for support. And that being said, we have our annual harvest dinner coming up on Thursday, November 2nd.
Very nice place.
Yep, we've had it there for the last several years. Skip is wonderful to us. We collect donations and purchase food from our farmers, and that's what we have. Skip takes it into
dinner.
Yep. Skip takes it into his kitchen, and he creates a wonderful fare. Also, very reasonably priced event. I mean, we're talking about a $60 ticket.
Yeah, but you figure your dinner
really
and a donation
with
it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I do want to share with you our invitation this year, because the art for this invitation will actually be on our silent auction at the event. Local fabric artist Peg Foley created.
Peg is, yeah.
She created this. So this is actually in fabric, not with the words on it, but the apples and all the different textures. So we're really excited about that.
Nice on a wall in the kitchen.
Yeah,
or a dining room. Yeah,
absolutely. So we're excited about that. We have some great community support through Pioneer Bank and Vincey's Printing and Rivkin Radler and Land Art Studios, and then all of our honorary committee members. It's just been a wonderful journey. So we're looking forward to our event. It's right around the corner.
Yeah, I know. And now you mentioned produce and things, but what about meat? I mean, does the meat all come local and dairy products?
Yep, we do. We do get as much donated as possible. Sometimes we have to supplement a little bit, but I would say it's probably 85 to 90% locally produced foods. And we have a different menu every year. We have cocktails starting at 5:30, and we'll have some hors d'oeuvres. Then we go into a buffet dinner at 6:30. We are so lucky to have Anissa Wahid.
I know she's one. I just ate dinner over at Tara's Kitchen the other day, and I had introduced someone to Moroccan food, and they were amazed.
Yes.
And I said, This is Schenectady, and we have a fabulous Moroccan restaurant. Of course, she's over in Troy now, too.
Yeah, and going to be opening a spa up on Lafayette around the corner from the Foster Building. Yes, that's brand new. Spa and champagne bar. She's a wonderful entrepreneur, but she encapsulates one of the missions of the market, and that is to grow our local producers into bigger business,
and she has
right?
sauces, and
she has sauces that she distributes all the way down to New York City. She has 2 restaurants and now almost a 3rd new business. And you know, it's that incubator.
Her and her husband, and I mean, they're such hard workers.
Yes, so we're thrilled to have them share their story about how the green market helps catapult their business. You know, another great example is Gatherer's Granola. Gatherer's Granola started, you know, at the market, and now they're growing out of their space on Broadway. I mean, they're all over the country.
Yeah.
It's really, I mean, you know, if you think about just this little grassroots group of Schenectadians that got together to make this happen. I wasn't one of them. I joined like year 2 or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any difference. You're
we help
one of the
sustain.
cheerleaders.
We help sustain, but you know, the work, the organization, I mean, to put 75 vendors down on the street is no joke, let me tell you. It's really a lot of moving parts, and just the organization of how they did it, and what a well-oiled machine it is.
And you have music. I mean, so there's entertainment, and I know before you used to, down here at Proctor's, you used to have something for the kids and stuff.
Yep. And we're taking a little bit of a different approach this year. We have Rusticator, which is, look them up online, because they're kind of a variety band, and they're a little edgier than we've had at the dinner. So
not as folksy, folksy.
It's going to be a really lively atmosphere, and I'm just so excited about it. So again, it's November 2nd. It's at Riverstone Manor, 5:30 to, we wrap up around 8 or 8:30. Live auction, cocktails, hors d'oeuvres, buffet dinner, $60. They can go to SchenectadyGreenMarket.org if they would like to purchase a ticket online.
Can I get a ticket that day, or
no? We really would like to know ahead of time.
How many are coming.
Yeah, we don't want to turn anybody away, certainly, but it would be
and
it
what
would be
date
helpful.
is that? That's on a
Thursday, November 2nd.
2nd. Okay, good. Yeah. The same day as the leadership conference. So they can go to leadership conference and come on over for that?
Yes. What a better way.
So we'd like, first of all, I'd like to encourage you, if you have not been to the Schenectady Green Market, whether it's outside around City Hall, which I think there's another 2 weeks of that.
Yep.
And then in November, they come inside. And although, you know, with global warming, I think they probably are going to be able to stay out there until...
Holy cow. Saturday's going to be 70 degrees again. But that's, you know,
I'm not
complaining.
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
You know, it's cool for me. But anyway, check out the Green Market, and you get some bread, and I mean, and they have honeys, and I mean, everything. I mean, you can just bring your reusable bag.
Yes.
And fill it up.
Well, and I have to tell you, well, first of all, it's just such a wonderful community gathering place. It's not just vegetables; it's all sorts of fun.
No,
but
everything.
The apples are so amazing this
and they have
year.
a lot of variety.
Oh yes, I've been trying different ones every week. I have like Pink Ladies and Gala apples and Empire apples and Honeycrisp apples and just
I love
all these
Mitsu,
different
and
types.
they're so hard to find. But once in a while, I can find them here.
Yep. Well, I'm gonna have to try those now. I haven't tried those yet. But yes, join us at the market every Sunday from 10 to 2.
Good. Lisa Perazzo, she's the development chair. I got that right. I just didn't know what the title was. So please, and say hi to her when you see her, and and thank her for all of her hard work on the city council. You got your hands full.
It's a labor of love.
I know it is, and you know. So anyway, Lisa Perazzo is encouraging you all to go to the Green Market Harvest Dinner, which is on Thursday, November the 2nd at the Riverstone Manor, which is out on Route 5. It's a lovely location, and for $60, I mean, you can't do more than to support our wonderful community and have a great dinner. So I'm hoping I can make it. So anyway, thank you so much, Lisa, for being here.
Always a pleasure, Ann.
We're going to be taking a moment, and we're going to be looking again at the North Creek, and then we're going to be talking about, of all things, a swimming program at the Schenectady JCC, and lots of fun. So stay tuned.
The rail itself, and restored this rail, this 8 miles that we're on today, continued restoring until 5 years ago when they had 40 miles restored all the way down to the town of Hadley in Saratoga County. The Upper Hudson River Railroad began running on this track in 1998 on October 17th, just 10 days from now. or is it 9? And we keep on running. Keep on trying to run anyway. And we promise not to run out of fuel on the way down today and back. It happens occasionally, but a lot of people we can push. But perhaps the most significant historic example in North Creek and the train was in 1901. President McKinley was speaking at the World's Fair in Buffalo, New York, the Pan American Exposition actually, when he was wounded in an attempted assassination by an anarchist. The Vice President of the United States, Theodore Roosevelt, was speaking on Isle of Mott in the state of Vermont, right in the middle of Lake Champlain, heard of McKinley's wound and rushed to Buffalo to be at his side. But to assure the American public that McKinley would recover from his gunshot wound, Roosevelt was asked to return to the Adirondacks where his family was on a long summer-fall vacation at the Tahoe Club. Again,
And that was such a beautiful ride up on the North Creek Railroad. Have you been on a train lately?
You know, when I lived in New York, I was on too many trains.
Too many trains, so now you're not on.
So I haven't been on one, but
yeah.
I love them.
How about you, Pablo?
Just moved from the city a year ago, so I'm kind of trained out for now.
You're trained out as well. So anyway, well, with me, I have two representatives from the Schenectady Jewish Community Center. What a great center that is. They have so much going on. But today we're going to be highlighting their swim program, but I'm sure that Mark has something else he'll want to talk about, right?
How'd you guess, Ann?
I know. So what year is it? No, I'm only kidding.
It's 1,000.
We have a little inside joke here.
Yeah, it's 1005 for you.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting us to your 1000.
Oh yeah, 1000 shows. Yeah.
So that was great. I appreciate it. And well, you know, we're going into fall. Last time we were here, we were talking about summer. So fall, we're talking about the inside JCC.
And how was your program for the summer? I bet it was a huge success.
It was a home run. We had more kids than ever in our camp, and we actually found out from the Department of Health, who licenses all the camps, that we are the largest camp in Schenectady County.
Get out!
Yeah,
really?
Isn't that cool?
You get Pablo working at the same time?
He does, because he's not only the indoor pool, we got an outdoor pool, the William and Stowe Golub family pool, and it's named after Neil's parents.
Sure.
And that's his responsibility in the summer. So we're all guns great outside, and then we come inside, close the pool down at the end of the summer, right after Labor Day.
Well, I don't know. As warm as it is, you could probably keep it open till December.
You know what? You're 100% correct. I'm sure Pablo doesn't want to hear that, because you think like it's so easy, you take the cover off. No, not as simple as you think. But what's going on inside, first of all, one of the programs that you love is the Film Festival.
Film Festival, I know. And I wanted to get to the one that you had about the woman that had the balcony.
Yeah, that was on October 8th.
And I wanted to get to that because I knew you had the discussion, and something came up and I couldn't make it. But I was looking forward to that one.
You were missed.
Yeah.
You were missed, but we'll get you there. What's new this year and what's kind of cool is that we decided to have an evening program on a Saturday night and then a matinee on Sunday.
And I was trying to make it the matinee.
So we thought we were going to get half the people. We actually got double. So we had about 60 at each.
That's a good turnout.
Yeah,
for a film
and different, completely different groups of people. And the Saturday night showing has a discussion afterwards.
Yeah, that's why I was going to go to that one, because I thought that would be really interesting to hear the discussion afterwards.
Yeah, there were 4 women rabbis that talked about what it means to be a woman in Judaism, and it was very cool.
Yeah.
So we've got things going on. The Saturday night, Sunday film this week is called Keep Quiet, and it's about the story. It's a Hungarian-British movie about the founder of the right-wing movement in Hungary, that's also anti-Semitic, and the person who founded it looks into his family history and finds
out that he's
Jewish.
Oh,
yes.
don't you love it? I just love that when that happens.
So, well, it doesn't happen all the time.
No,
but,
I know, but I love it when it happens.
It's that type of a story.
Then they got this real conflict going on. Oh, God.
Well, no, then he goes back to his Jewish roots, and it's that whole story, and it's a true story.
Yeah,
so,
but it's a true story.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's really kind of interesting.
Oh, I'm anxious to see that. I'm hoping I want to get to that one.
And so we want to get you to, and we're gonna, if we have to come with, we'll pick you up and bring you.
What a sweetheart.
But they are great. And the other thing which I mentioned is that they're not just, they're all international movies. All of them tend to be made outside the United States. So you get a real flavor of what life is and period pieces.
Films that are made, and you lived in New York City, so I'm sure that you've seen a number of these artsy films, well, international films. I find that there's so much character development rather than, you know, slam bam, boom, 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 you know, going on.
Right.
And there's the characters, you start identifying with the characters.
More authentic, like an authentic feeling.
Yeah, you do have that authentic feeling.
Yeah. So the other thing I wanted to just mention to you, and then we'll
we
got
to bring Pablo into
Yeah,
this.
we got to bring Pablo. Is we're having our gala event on December 2nd, and we're honoring 3 people: Sharon Cutler and M&T Bank, and the Ronald McDonald Charities. What's cool about it this year is typically we've had the event actually here at Key Hall. We're going to have it at the JCC, and we invited experienced design in. They're going to train the whole place up.
They'll do it. Rudy Grant and
my God.
and Dave Siders will do a fabulous job.
I mean, we're going to be having dinner in the gym, and we're going to have cocktails upstairs, and don't worry,
we'll be
oh, Pablo, he's worried.
No.
The whole place is going to be transformed.
Well, what you need to do is have some floaters. You sit out there, have a drink or two on the floating.
I'll get some lifeguards.
And we're going to be all over the place, and they've been there 2-3 times and have amazing ideas of what they're going to do. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It'll be an opportunity to showcase the JCC, and that's going to be great. But the other thing that happens is the pool.
He's so excited, isn't he?
Well, you know, I love JCC.
I know, I love it.
And the thing that's really kind of cool is that people think about fitness, right? And we all think about going on a treadmill or doing some type of an aerobic activity with the machine. Exactly. But the other aspect of that a lot of people don't think about is aquatics in the pool. And it's a big differentiator. That's why people come and become members. Pablo started
last November.
Yeah, last November, and has been promoted now to the aquatics director. Came to us from the New York City, the Health and Racquet Club, and with a great career, and now a Rotterdam native. And
welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, tell us a little bit about the pool, what you do, and
well, the pool for me, it's life. I played football at a high level, and I was injured at 19 years old.
So we talked before the show. We talked about water therapy.
Yeah, and it's something that's dear to me because I was scared to go back in the gym and lift weights. So what I did was I swam, and I used equipment in the pool that got me to go back into the gym and feel confident. So that was my why.
So that was your path
my
to
path
getting
to
back
get there,
into,
exactly. Yeah. And the JCC, when I got here, it was just so instrumental in keeping that going because I saw all the programs that they had to offer.
Aren't they
terrific? It starts young,
yeah,
and it doesn't end.
I know.
And that's the thing. We have a great after-school program. Your child is picked up, bring them to our program, they go swimming. We have an ECE program where kids go swimming at 10 in the morning. How cool is that? You get to go swimming, 3-year-old, 4-year-olds, they get to learn this life skill.
And you got to get kids started early.
Exactly.
My kids, I had them in the water at 18 months because they had, where I lived, they had an 18-month program to get them started. The unfortunate part was I had to get in the water too.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't so good. But anyway, and my kids all learned how to swim.
Yeah,
they're not crazy about swimming, but they all swim.
They know the skill, which is a life skill that's important. One thing we do have, we brought in Andrea Wilcox this year, who's our special needs coordinator with swimming. And she brings in
what a great program.
We have about 20 kids a week who come in and they get their work. And a lot of their coordinators say they've seen a big difference in their social skills. They're active. So that's something that's amazing.
Well, the water, I think, brings them out of themselves into a new environment.
It does.
And it kind of like they blossom. It would
does.
seem to me. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it seems to me they blossom.
And it's great to see because you see it. You see how they start, and when they leave you, it's like you're sad, but you're happy that it's like a butterfly. It blossomed, and it's amazing. And one thing I want to hit on is our swim team. We have
a swim team?
Blue Wave swim team. Blue Wave.
Show them the shirt.
There we go. There we go.
Blue Wave swim team.
So we have 50 kids who come in and we practice.
Is this like the Esther Williams type thing where they do the water ballet or what?
That's the synchronized swimming. That's for my wife. That's another segment. But you know, we compete in the Suburban League with the Jellyfish, with Mahonison team.
Right.
So it's great. 50 swimmers.
I know Denise McGraw is quite
She is.
active in
Yeah,
the
she
swim
is.
team.
She is as well. So it's just a great program. Our aquatics program, I've been part of top-notch aquatic programs in the city, and this has to be the #1 for me. Just with everything we have to offer to every kid, to every adult, to seniors who feel they can't get in the water again.
Which brings us to the noodles. What are these noodles
Well,
that you brought? And we're not putting the hot sauce on those.
We're not going to put any hot sauce on those. I wish we
Well,
could.
she says we can though.
Okay.
So these things have been lifesavers to a lot of our people who have injuries, who, like I said, who are scared to go to the gym and they want to strengthen their legs. How do you strengthen your legs without going to the gym? Well, there's other ways. And I'm going to show you some things we can do today
please do.
to strengthen our legs, our body. And
right.
just
We're
a little
gonna
bit of
try it?
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to try it. Let's try it out.
Okay, just be careful you don't lose your microphone. That's the worst part. You already did that.
I'll put it on my noodle.
I can put on your noodles. Okay, so we have our noodles.
So we're going to do cross country. All right, I travel a lot. So my favorite is cross country. So your noodles here, you're going to bring it down.
Okay.
It's in the water now. Now here's what we're
Okay,
going to do,
I
guys.
understand. I'm in the water.
We're going here, and we're going back out. And we're going here, and we're going back out. Now,
And what is this doing for me?
here's the cool thing, guys. We're stretching.
Okay.
We're getting strong. Because remember, we're in the water. This is underwater.
But this has a resistance.
It does, and it's really hard to bring it out, but you have to.
So then you switch
You're
arms so that
switching
you,
arms
you
as well.
balance your muscles.
And here's the cool part about it. You're using your core. So we're stretching. We're using our
Are they
core.
standing up or floating
They're
when they
standing
do
up.
Oh, they're
They're
standing
standing up. Legs grounded, and we're here, and we're here. And this is one of the exercises that they love at the JCC. Another one we do is the pull in, pull out. Simple. Pull in, pull out.
Oh, because you're getting that resistance. 'Cause
Exactly.
This does not. This wants to flow.
This feels so light in our hands now. Underwater, it's a whole different ball game.
So these are equivalent to weights.
Exactly. Exactly. And they look fun, so you don't get intimidated. So everyone comes
I
in.
just handed me this. I said, oh, that's no big deal.
Yeah, I
It's
can
like,
do it.
Oh my
Then we get in the
gosh.
water. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
And you know, we have personal training at JCC, which we do in the fitness center. We also have personal training
in the
pool.
pool as well.
So you can design an individual
So would this be
program.
good for, say, someone in their later life that has had, say, arthritis and or maybe some, and I'm not talking about physical therapy, I'm talking about water therapy.
I have a group of ladies, I call them my young ladies, who come in and they go to work. And they love to do it because a lot of them, like I said, are intimidated when they come in and they feel this work and they're getting a workout. It's like they're in the gym. So it's helped a lot of my clients who are a little older. You know.
Well, you know, we all, as we get older, we kind of lose muscle mass, and we really need to do that. And sometimes the gym is intimidating, whereas the water seems a little bit more friendly.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
Good. Yeah.
This is
So,
awesome.
and how do they get involved? Let's sit down now. So how do they get involved with? Do you have to become a member of the JCC to get involved in this?
Here's the great part about it, which I loved about the Schenectady JCC when I came in. A lot of the gyms that I used to be a part of, you had to be a member to join these different activities. At the JCC, we allow you to get a package of 10 into a program. You know, some people don't want to just use the gym or they want to do this program, so we allow you to come in and buy a group. Exactly, the flexibility is awesome.
It's a great way to sample. And then, because in the long term, it's much better to become a member, especially if you're going to other things.
Absolutely.
And, things like that.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, but you have so many things going on. I'm always so impressed when I go to your website and see all the activities that you have.
Well, thank you. And I want to tell you one last thing. You actually know a Hebrew word.
I do?
Yes. Because remember?
Chutzpah?
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. But that's a very good one.
Because some
but
people have some
remember on your show, you had an animal that went on the stage.
Okay.
And
it
was
the llama.
Llama. In Hebrew, llama means why.
Why?
Yeah, W-H-Y.
Why?
Llama. I'm
here pulling your leg. Come on.
I'm here to educate you, Ann. That's why we're here.
So llama is a Hebrew word?
It is.
I had no clue.
It is. But it's not. That llama I don't think is Jewish, but I can check. I can check.
was it? I think it was a male. We couldn't.
All right, Ann, let's go back to Noodles, Pablo.
You didn't hear that here. So anyway, if you want to check it out and you want to get into a swim program, it sounds like Pablo's got just the ticket for you, whether you're, no matter what your age is, probably from 18 months up, yeah, you can probably figure out something that will work for you. Yep. Thank you so much, Pablo, and welcome again to our community. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you.
Back again.
I will.
And thank you. You've been just great to the JCC, and we love you very much.
Oh, thank you.
And
I'll see you at the movie.
Yes, see you at the movies.
See you at the movies, right. And so anyway, thank you for being here. We're going to take a quick break in the railroad again, and then we're going to be hearing from Haunted Albany, and we're going to find out about exactly what's going on in Albany. I hear there's a murder in the Cherry. Well, we'll tell you about that. Stay tuned.
The mines I was talking about is 7 days later, a telegram was received at the Hawes Club urging Roosevelt to return to Buffalo expediently as the president was taking a turn for the worse. Roosevelt was found by a guide. He was hiking high on Mount Marcy, actually at Lake Terror the Clouds, when the guide found he and his party, and Roosevelt and the guide returned to the Hawes Club. And that night, through a series of overnight wagon rides, Roosevelt arrived at the train station in North Creek, just about where he boarded, and his assistant was staying across the street at the American Hotel, which is now the Copperfield Inn. He came, and by lamplight, they read the telegram that McKinley had passed away at 2 a.m. in the morning. The Delaware and Hudson had their fastest locomotives steamed up, ready to go, and took Roosevelt to Buffalo, New York, where he was sworn in as the 26th President of the United States at the Wilcox Mansion, still a historical site today. One thing I usually leave out, and I'm not going to today, is this river, by the way, that you're looking at out of the windows of the train is the Hudson River. It's a little narrower here and shallower here than you might be familiar with in New York City, but it's certainly a little bit.
Well, this is an exciting time for me because, you know, Halloween and haunteds and all the spooky stuff is always fun in October. But right now we have a resident ghost storyteller here with us. But she's also the program director of the Visitor Center, is that correct, in Albany? And they do a Haunted Albany events. So we're going to find out about those events and give me some haunting.
Sure, and luckily, I mean, I've written tours myself. I've been doing ghost tours for 10 years, but the Albany County Convention Center and Visitors Bureau, we promote everything that all of our partners are doing. Historic Cherry Hill, the New York State Capitol building, Tenbrook Mansion. The city of Albany is very haunted.
Well, you know, I've heard that. I worked in the at the CEC, the Cultural Education Center, for many years, and I'd walk through the Capitol building, and it's like somebody told me, you know, this place is haunted.
Yeah, in 1911 there was a devastating fire where we almost lost the whole building. We lost hundreds of thousands of documents in the state archives. And they were able to save the building, but the night watchman, Sam Abbott, he perished in the fire. And
is he still there?
And so they say. I gave tours of the Capitol for many years, and you know, I'll say I was telling the story on the 3rd floor. I had a group of people, and it was where he perished. It was where they found his body. And as I was telling the story, there was a fire hose behind a door, and all of a sudden it creaked slowly open as I started talking about Sam Abbott. So
you never know.
You never know. He's listening in.
Yeah. So tell me about Cherry Hill.
Yeah, Cherry Hill is a really beautiful mansion, and they've been restoring it. And that last weekend in October, they're doing the Murder at Cherry Hill.
And who's doing it? Is it a performance by a theatrical group, or just a bunch of people?
It's tour guides and docents and myself. Anytime there's a haunted event,
you're telling the story.
And we're telling the story of 1827, where there was a couple, Elsie Whipple. She fell in love with a groundskeeper caretaker type of Jesse Strang, and you know, they fall madly and passionately in love, but there's a problem.
Always Romeo and Juliet, right?
Mr. Whipple, right? The husband.
Yeah.
So logically they decide they're going to kill Mr. Whipple. So
Get him out of the picture.
Get him out of the picture. So the docents will take you through step by step of what happened that night, not just what Elsie and Jesse were doing, but what Mr. Whipple was doing, the aftermath. It's really a lot of fun.
Did they figure out who did the murder?
Oh, yes. Jesse Strang tried his best. He ran out and he tried to mourn louder, but they saw through the crocodile tears. They said, Jesse, though Elsie is very interesting because her maiden name was Van Rensselaer. So she was
prominent.
She was prominent, and she was young and she was a woman, and she said, no, I had nothing to do with it. And she said, I was seduced. And Jesse Strang
she hung him out to dry.
She did. She was found not guilty, and he was hanged at Gallows Hill, which is around present-day Empire State Plaza.
Really?
And supposedly there are reports of people seeing a man in a cloak and a top hat who sort of wandered that Eagle Street Empire State Plaza. And what's so interesting, one time when I was promoting one of my haunting tours, and I had a teaser like you do, who's the man in the cloak and the top hat? Well, somebody saw that, and they called Stuart Lehman, who's the author of the Capitol Hauntings tour and the Capitol historian, because he's the ghost, like, granddad here in Albany, right? He's big. So they call him up and they say, well, what is that? What is that? Because I was at the Empire State Plaza in the afternoon, and I saw a man in a cape and a top hat, and nobody else seemed to see him, but he was looking right at me. And I went to go tell my friend, like, did you see this? And when I turned, he was gone.
He was gone.
And she said, and it always stuck with me.
That image came and left.
And then she sees that little promo, who's the man with the top hat, and she, immediately went online to find
out.
who could she call to find out what that could be.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
So you have the Cherry Hill, and we have photographs. I don't know, did they show the photographs? I was looking at you. Can we bring the photographs up again and maybe talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, so you can see that yellow house is historic Cherry Hill, and in the corner there, that's Tenbrook Mansion, where they are in partnership with Historic Albany Foundation. They're doing haunted pub crawls.
Oh, a pub crawl.
Yeah, of the downtown area. Now, this is a lot of information I'm throwing at everybody.
Yeah.
If you go to our website, www.albany.org, and we just relaunched our website, so it's really user-friendly. It's got a great calendar of events. You can find all of these events, phone numbers for all of these partners. So I would recommend everybody go to
Is there a
albany.org.
charge for all of these events, or are they all free, or what?
No, everything is different. The New York State Capitol is free, and there's a nominal charge for some of the other events.
No, and I understand. I'm not trying to say they should all be, but I'm just was curious as to what
and that's the thing. That's what's great about what we try to do is how many parents, our weather has been so beautiful, and many of these places are reporting last-minute sales because people are just going online, and we want to try to be that one-stop shopping of, you want haunted events and other things too, with other Christmas events, any of that. We want to be albany.org. What can I do with my family?
Yeah.
And we can curate it that way.
And of course, I mean, this is the Capital Region, and Schenectady Today, in and around the Capital Region is the title of this show, because we like to highlight things that are going on in our community and in the Capital Region, because we are so fortunate to have such great events here. I mean, it's amazing.
It's anybody who says that, the Capital Region, how boring. They're not looking. No. They're not looking at all of our great partners. They're not taking the time.
Well, you know what I have found? I have friends that moved, they lived here, like all their life.
Yeah.
And then they moved to, Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. And it was like, oh my God, this is like, the theater is not what it is here.
Yeah.
We have so many theater groups. We have so much history. We have so much in our area, and they did not even, what is it? You don't miss the water till the well runs dry.
Exactly. So, and that's how I got into telling these haunting stories, because I believe with tours, people can be scared when you hear the word history, right? Like, I don't know, I don't like history.
I hate history. I hated it in school, right?
And when I was a little girl, my father would bring me to historic sites and try to get me engaged, and I was like, oh, this is so boring, I don't want this. And he'd go,
it's all way in the past.
And he'd go, well, do you know Tenbrook Mansion is haunted? And I'd go, well, and then I'd start asking questions like an historian. So we do that now in Tenbrook Mansion, and I tell that story, and he told me a story of a psychic who was taking a tour found a portrait of a man with a billy goat beard that used to be hanging in a beautiful room upstairs, and said, you need to hang it up, because the spirit's so upset. And the people at Tenbrook didn't believe it, but then they went through old images of the home, and the man with the billy goat beard was there, so they hung it up. Now, if you take the tour, you're in that room and there's an image of George Washington. Well, what does that mean? They have brought ghost hunters in here because we need more and more stories, right? So if you see any of those TV shows,
we have a ghost hunter in this area too.
Oh, we've got many. Yeah. We have many. Tri-City New York Paranormal worked in the Tenbrook Mansion, and they've investigated Proctor's Theater as well. So
and I know there is a spirit here, and a dog,
and a lion.
I didn't know about the lion.
Yeah, supposedly a lion got free during a circus event, and it roams up and down.
Well, that's
theater.
okay. It's just a big cat.
So that image is so strange. All right, well, George Washington, well, when the ghost hunters investigated Tenbrook Mansion, they do have a voice that says, go away, go away. That same voice responds to a question, and it's these electronic voice phenomenon, so these kind of gravelly voices coming through recordings.
And I've seen how they do that,
Yeah, and they have a voice that same go away voice says, well, who are you? Alcott. And Alcott is the family that lived there after the Tenbrooks. So these are all stories I'm putting together, one from when I was a child, a few from some
Are you writing a book?
Maybe.
There
may be something in the
I
works.
think we need do you have a story to tell? I mean, you told a few. Yeah, tell us a story.
Yeah, well, that's our last one, though. So those are all these stories here. And then here I am as an adult. Remember I said he's a man with a billy goat beard? Guess who I found going through their images? Thomas Alcott with a long billy goat beard. So a story that I heard when I was 12 years old, and I get confirmation when I'm in my 30s that there it is, the man with the billy goat beard. It's really amazing.
Yeah.
As we mentioned with the New York State Capitol building, and Sam Abbott is the most prominent spirit there, but I think it could be somebody else because in the assembly chamber, it's the third ceiling that's there. And when they were dropping I believe it was for the first ceiling, it covered these beautiful murals by a man named William Morris Hunt. But they were cracking. It was a safety issue. Yeah. So it was a man, and he was working on the ceiling, and this is well before the fire. And it was Friday night. He said, everybody go home, I'll finish up. And they found him Monday morning, Cormac McWilliams. And Cormac McWilliams, it took him months to die from that fall. Well,
he had fallen.
He had fallen from the ceiling and down. And so there's thoughts that, well, I'll give you my interpretation, that when ghost hunters, of course, went into the Capitol building, and they caught that same electronic voice phenomenon of a voice saying, William Morris is behind the door. The ghost hunters didn't know what that meant, but the docent said, William Morris Hunt, those murals that are disappearing. Now,
so he wants his stuff shown.
Well, so the theory is it William Morris Hunt who's coming back to see them because, we could lose them? Is it Sam Abbott who's bringing it out? Or is it Cormac McWilliams, who died in the assembly chamber, and I like him because he is my distant cousin from the 19th century. Yeah. So you
have a connection.
So I like to think that perhaps it's my cousin Cormac. And then if you've taken a tour of the Capitol, if you can't take a hauntings tour, just take a regular tour. Or explore the $1 Million Staircase. And and that Scottish sandstone of the $1 Million Staircase looks suspiciously like the stone that Cormac McWilliams' gravestone in St. Agnes is made out of.
Really? So, well, let's see.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm going to say who's coming on next week, and then we'll come back and talk. Next week is Halloween, actually. We're going to have a 100 Women Who Care event coming up. This is a marvelous organization I had never heard of, but they approached me, and I'm so happy to have them on. We're at Albany Civic Theater. We're doing a lot in Albany here.
Yeah.
Dead Man's Cell Phone. That looks like a great production. Katie Weinberg is the director. We're having an author. Actually, he's from that area too, and he's written 360 books.
Oh, wow.
So I'm impressed with him, and we're having a filmmaker on. He's just finished a film called Darcy, and it was at the Twin Cities Film Festival in Minneapolis area. We're having the Schenectady Intercity Ministries, and we're also having the Spina Bifida Association on. So we've got a lot coming up next week.
Yeah.
So with a visitor center, if they go to albany.org,
Yeah.
they're going to be able to find out not just the haunted Albany, but we're going to be able to find out what's going on in the spring or the winter.
Absolutely.
You got any holiday stuff coming up?
Yeah, there's different holiday markets that'll be coming up, which will be really exciting. I know Tenbrook Mansion will be doing candlelight tours.
They decorate that gorgeous.
Oh, wonderful. And so not only do they do a whole month of events just on the holidays, which is really, really special and really incredible. So yeah, please keep up with us because you can also follow us on Facebook at Discover Albany. So if you want the most up-to-date information, Twitter, all of that.
Twitter, check out Twitter. And you can check us out on YouTube, the Schenectady Today Show official. You can see us anytime. And you can see Maeve too.
Yeah,
so,
thank you.
Thanks for watching. I'm Ann Pearl, your host.